Are there particular tools, tactics, things that you think are better or safer going forward, or things that you think are going to burn out or maybe have stopped working?
Well, one of the things that I like to talk about, and I do an AI webinar every couple of weeks because this is changing so much that people need to
Yeah.
know just what's happening, right? So, one of the things that I absolutely love about AI, and we've been doing this for a while, I'll give you a perfect example. We'll go to LinkedIn and we'll look at Mike's LinkedIn, and then we will go take all of that, download it to our hard drives, and then we'll write a summary of what Mike likes based on what he talks about. And if I'm emailing you, Mike, here's what I'll do. If I'm cold emailing you, what do you think I'm going to talk about? Talk about you.
Yeah. Stuff that's in your database. Yeah. Stuff you want to hear about.
Exactly. And the previous versions of cold email is all about the guy who's selling. It's like, hey, hi, Mike was as personalized as going to get. And it was like, hey, I'm Solomon with, ClickX, and we are the pipeline builder guys. And you don't even care. You delete that email. You mark me spam and say, block this guy. Never want to see him. Why? Because there's nothing about you. What I would say is, hey, Mike, your transition from sales training to AI marketing is insane. I checked out your last podcast, or love that you just interviewed so and so. You're like, who is this guy? You're like, did all my research. Well, guess what we're doing? We're doing that at scale using AI. Go and get the name of the prospects, download all their information, have some super custom prompt that's going to take all this information, write them such nice icebreakers that look better than human with no M dashes. You know what I'm saying? Nothing that they don't have 6 emojis in a row. And
Yep.
then say, hey, I'm curious. You got this problem, which is at the end of the day, what we're all here, right? We're sales trained people. Do you have this problem? I'm curious. How are you solving this issue? When we send those emails that are cold prospects, never heard of their company before, you get replies, Mike. I wonder why. But you send the other one, you can do an A and B test if you want. Nobody
Yep.
cares. They'll say remove me, unsubscribe. You know what I'm saying? Stop emailing me, which is why cold email or prospecting gets a bad rap, because nobody spends the time to research the prospect, which like you and I have been trained
Yeah.
to do, right? There's no pre-call guy. There's no nothing like that. They're just like spray and pray, hoping they're going to reply. This is
Yeah,
one
there's
of the
two
things.
problems with cold outreach. One is relevance and the other one is trust. And so if you just have no relevance, they don't care. You're reaching out to somebody that hasn't shown any interest, and probably for a good reason. And the other
Correct.
thing is you haven't shown that you've done your homework and
Correct.
your work on your side. It's self-interested, like you said. And I love those tools. I've been having a lot of success
Yep.
with them for myself and for my clients. And I would say that there's a whole host of other things. And so I always am careful of not overwhelming people, but I do this after my sales calls as well. I record everything in Zoom.
Yep.
I take the Zoom AI transcript, I put
Yep.
it into ChatGPT or Claude or whatever, and I say, what questions didn't I ask? What did I miss? What was the tone here? Why would they buy from me? What was really the best solution that I could pitch here? And what did you hear that decreased? And a lot of times AI can see this call better than I can see it myself. I was
Love
just on the call and I missed it. I forgot to ask this question. I ask everybody, or I assumed that I already knew the answer to
that. Right.
that, but I didn't explicitly ask it. Now I'm in trouble. And there's a ton of stuff you can do to learn about them, but also about yourself. If you turn all that knowledge back on yourself, find out what your blind sides are. What virtual assistant do you need to hire to fill the gaps of stuff that you don't like to do, and all the whole host of other things you can do.
I love that. You see, Mike, you've been sales trained all your life and you're still missing questions. You think about the average person who's doing a sales call. You can debrief your call backwards and forwards because you know
Yeah.
what you're talking about. But yes, AI will do a better job because it doesn't have the blind spots that we have, right? It can see it all. And I
Yeah.
absolutely agree. And I think one of the best ways that we can coach a salesperson is by downloading their calls and going through the same process and asking them, did you feel comfortable asking those paying questions? Or, you know what I mean? Did you feel
Yep.
comfortable asking for budget, or were you too scared to go deeper into the problem? And AI doesn't care. It'll tell you right there. It's like, yeah, we barely touched the problem and we went straight to solution about 10 minutes into the call. You know what I'm saying? So I think those are really, really good strategies for every single organization. Better yet, I like if you can figure out how to download a 10 or 12 of those phone calls, you'll have your LinkedIn content for the next 10 weeks, because the problems that your prospects are sharing is probably going to be the same problem the next one is going to share, and the next one, and the next one, and the next one. And what you do is now you talk about the pain in your content. you'll
Yeah.
find 10, 20 other prospects who have the same problem that are seeing your content but not telling you because they didn't know you can solve it. That's the way I see it.